Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtigi Mugam Karodi Vachalam Bangam Lange Degirim Yatripadam Vande Shri Guru Dinadarina Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shivadi Asha Videsha Dharini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So can someone refresh what we learned last class? The first 6 slokas. What was it about? Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I summarize?
Yes, Mother. Divinity
Mataji,
and divine service.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, Sutta Goswami says that these questions are perfectly asked because it is Loka Mangalam and it is also because of Krishna. It's about Krishna. So he's saying about that. And he's also saying about what is the dharma, actual dharma of the person, that is to be in the perfect devotional service, which should be uninterrupted and unmotivated. So he's speaking about that.
Yes. So anyone memorize that sloka? Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Savai Punsam Paro Dharma Yato Bhaktir Adokshaje Ahetuki Aparihata Yayatma Suprasiddhati. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So that is the answer to which question? It is the answer to the
first question, Mataji.
First question, no? What is good for all? So what is good for all? Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo Yadho Bhaktir Adokshaje Bhakti. Just now, I have this pen drive of Srila Prabhupada's classes in my car. No, so you won't get bored even when you are in a traffic block because you can keep hearing Prabhupada's lectures. So that Prabhu had given us. So we have this lectures in Prabhupada, all the lectures of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, So just now Prabhupada was saying, so easy, to do bhakti. Just chant Hare Krishna, then have kirtan, then dance in the kirtan, have feast and festivals, and so nice to. What is the difficulty, And as Shrudakiti Prabhu have written the book, what is the difficulty? So in that, it is very, very easy, as Prabhupada mentioned, Susukam Kartuma Vyayam. So here, what is good for all? Bhakti. And how the bhakti should be? What is the criteria of bhakti?
Non-motivated and non-broken.
Unmotivated.
Motivated and
atma suprasidati savai pumsa paro dharmo. So that is our paro dharma. That is our dharma. So when you wrote close book, I think there were 14 or 15 questions asked, no? Then you are supposed to write 12.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so I request all of you, I think many of the papers didn't have it. At the end, you're supposed to write what are the answers not attempted. Then it's easy for me to check. Otherwise, it's like somebody have written first answer, then 7th, then 10th, again second. So it was difficult which one they missed. So at the end, you can just summarize and say, not attempted, these questions, question number. And for some, they didn't attend all the 12. So for them, I have decreased little marks. But otherwise, it was nice. You have written to the point. And some of them have written lengthy answers, not needed 8-9 pages to upload. Some was short and crisp, three pages. That would be nice. It's a short answers. Like you don't have to write lengthy answers. Okay, next time, just take care when you do that. So here, the first question by the sages of Naivisharanya, what is good for all? And these questions are Loka Mangalam. It's beneficial for everyone. And the answer is Savai Pumsa Paradharma Yado Bhakti Radokshaja. You have to do bhakti or devotional service to whom? Adokshaja, Krishna. And how it should be? Ahaituki apradihada. Yes, Anyabhilashada Shunyam. Some devotees have quoted this verse, Anyabhilashada Shunyam, also in the answer paper. So nice, like you quoting slokas also, that's nice. And Ahetuki apradihada, unmotivated and uninterrupted. Then ye Atma Suprasid, makes the soul happy. So here that was we stopped there. Okay. And Prabhupada explained so much about it, about how pure devotional service should be. And the answer to the second question, what was the second question? Second questions by the sages of Naimisharanya.
Mataji, summary of Vedic scriptures.
Essence. What is the essence of all the scriptures? And what is the essence? The answer to the second question is given in the 7th sloka. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojidaha Janati Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahaitukam. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojidaha. Vasudeva Bhagavati. Why is Krishna called Vasudeva?
Son of Vasudeva.
Son of Vasudeva. So Vasudeva. So Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devagi Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Or that's what Kunti Maharani prays. So Vasudeva Sudam Devam comes a Chanura. Vasudeva Sudam Devam. Because the father will become Vasudeva. Vasudeva Sudam is Vasudeva. Kamsa Chanura Martaram, Devagi Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So Vasudeve Bhagavati, when you do Bhakti to Vasudeva, Bhakti Yoga praise, when you do Bhakti Yoga, what happens? Two things, two byproducts. Janadi aso Vairagyam, you get detachment from material world, and Jnanam Chayat Ahaitukam, Jnanam, you get knowledge. So Vairagyam and knowledge, two things comes. So by rendering devotional service to the, this is the essence of all the Shastras. So both the answers are coming to Bhakti Yoga only. The first question, what is good for all? Second question, what is the essence of all scriptures? Answer is Bhakti Yoga, but it's given in two different slokas. The second answer to the second question is in the 7th sloka of 2nd chapter. By rendering devotional service to the personality of Goddess Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires costless knowledge and detachment from the material world. And Bhakti to Lord Krishna enables one to immediately acquire costless knowledge and detachment from the world. So once you get detached from world, then you get attached to Krishna. Both can't happen. We can't have attachment to both. It's very rare to do like that. Okay. So Mahaprabhu says Antarnishta Bahi Vyavahar. So we should be attached to Krishna. So question 1 and 2 is about the ultimate good of the humanity and the essence of all scriptures. Answer is Bhakti and the process of Bhakti. Okay. So Bhakti means what? Actually, Bhakti Yoga, it's devotional service. That's also, Bhakti is the process itself. Okay. So it's the both are coming to the same answer. So Bhakti is simultaneously sublime and easy. Yes, anybody can read this? What Prabhupada says in the purport.
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Bhakti is simultaneously sublime and easy. The Bhakti cult is the topmost of all transcendental activities, and therefore it is simultaneously sublime and easy. It is sublime for the devotees who are serious about getting in contact with the Supreme Lord, and it is easy for the neophytes who are just on the threshold of the house of Bhakti. To achieve the contact of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is a great science, and it is open for all living beings, including the Shudras, Vaishyas, women, and even those lower than the low-born Shudras. So what to speak of the high-class men like the qualified Brahmanas and the great self-realized kings. The other high-grade activities designated as sacrifice, charity, austerity, etc. are all corollary factors following the pure and scientific Bhakti cult. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, SP 1.2.7. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so what is he saying? It is the topmost of all the activities, which is the sloka in Bhagavad Gita which says Bhakti Yoga is the topmost. Sixth chapter, last sloka. Yoginam abhi sarvesham. Who knows? Yoginam abhi sarvesham atkadenandaratmanam shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo madaha. Yoginam abhi sarvesham. Krishna says out of all the yogis, Bhakti Yogi, Jnana Yogi, Ashtanga Yogi, all this. And who is the topmost? Bhakti Yoga. And it's easy and sublime. Susugam kartum avyam Raja Vidya Rajagukyam. Susugam kartum avyam Pratyakshaavagamam. Raja Vidya Rajagukyam. Pavitram idam uttamam. Pratyakshaavagamam. Dharmyam susugam kartam avyam. So very easy. Rajavidya, and it's sublime for pure devotees. Okay, so here Bhakti Yoga is the one which we have to do. The good for all is Bhakti Yoga, and the essence of all scriptures is Bhakti Yoga. Why is it said it's Bhakti Yoga is the good for all? The ultimate good for all is Bhakti Yoga. Why? Why is Bhakti Yoga considered to be the good for all? Yes.
Because it uproots all the miseries of this world.
Yes. And that's the only solution to get out of birth, death, old age, and disease. Okay. And only in Bhakti Yoga. The other yoga, and in one life. Other yogas will take a lot of time. So Bhakti, Jnana, and Vairagya. So Bhakti gives two byproducts, which is Jnana and Vairagya. So Krishna provides intelligence to those who are serving him with love and devotion and costless mercy. Tesham sadadayuktanam bachadam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupe. So Krishna gives that buddhi yoga, how we can serve. And never think that devotees does not have knowledge. They do have knowledge. And that's why they have come here. Because they know the ultimate good is this. Now, some karmis, they work hard, they have a lot of degrees, they work hard. They do a lot of punya also, charitable work. And what happens? It's just they go to heavenly planets, or again they have to take rebirth. But in Bhakti Yoga, attachment to Krishna makes one automatically get detached from sense enjoyment. Don't reject things that are used in the service of Krishna, which is called Yukta Vairagya. What is the definition of Yukta Vairagya? The sloka. You're all Bhakti Shastri graduates. You should tell the sloka so fast. Anasaktasya. Anasaktasya Vishaya. What happened?
Shakta Vishaya Pumsan.
Anasaktasya Vishaya Yadarham Upayunjade Nirbande Krishna Sambande Yukta Vairagya Muchade. I'm asking about Yukta Vairagya, this nectar of devotion. Yukta Vairagya Muchade. Anasaktas Nirbande Krishna Sambande. So everything should be seen and should be used in Krishna service. That is what Yukta Vairagya is about. Okay. So Krishna will reveal. So Bhakti Yoga means detachment and knowledge. Somebody thinks like that foolishly, that Bhaktas are generally fools and rascals, therefore they do not. Therefore they take the Bhakti Yoga. No, actually that is not Bhakti Yoga. One who have taken the Bhakti Yoga, he cannot be fool and rascal. He must be very learned. Swayam eva svaratyada. So only learned people, will surrender to Krishna. How he becomes learned? Swayam eva svaratyada. Krishna become revealed to that person. Krishna reveals. Okay. So, Jnana Deepena Bhasha Atma Bhavasto Jnana Deepena Bhasha Nashayame Atma Bhavasto Jnana Deepena Bhashada. If one is pure devotee, then Krishna from within will give the knowledge. So you can see in the picture who is sitting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. Who is sitting is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is making him get up? Prakashananda Saraswati. Okay, so this is a Mayavadi. He was a Mayavadi, and when Mahaprabhu was invited, you can see there was a glow coming from Mahaprabhu because he's Krishna himself. And these Mayavadis, they know about Vedanta Sutras and everything. But then what happened? Krishna gave them knowledge from within, and they understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Krishna. So renunciation means what? Not just giving up and running away doing Falgu Vairagya, it's Yukta Vairagya. So Vairagya means no more working for sense gratification. That is Vairagya. That is renunciation. Only working for Krishna, for the satisfaction of Krishna. That is called Vairagya. And to attain this Vairagya renouncement, one requires sufficient knowledge. That's called Jnana. So this knowledge and renunciation, two things are required in human life. So when we have knowledge, we automatically become renounced. Okay, we become renounced. Others, we become attached. So that's why knowledge is also very important. And Krishna decorates the devotees. Yasyashti bhaktir bhagavadi akinchana sarve gunaistatra samaste suraha harav abhaktas kudo mahadguna manoradi nashati dhavadobahi. So all the demigods, all the qualities, good qualities like religion, knowledge, renunciation, everything become manifest in the devotee, in the body of a devotee, one who's having unalloyed devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service engaged in materialist activities have no good quality. So even if he adapted a practice of mystic yoga or honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives, he must be driven by his own mental speculation, must engage in the service of Lord's external energy. How can there be good qualities in such a man? So good qualities are seen in a devotee. Like who is this person? You can see in the picture. Who is that?
The king.
Yeah, Prathaparutta, no? He was the king of Orissa. And what service he does for Jagannath?
He sweeps the road.
Yeah, so it's the floor of Jagannath when he comes from the Jagannath Yatra. And seeing this, Mahaprabhu became very, very pleased. And what mercy did Mahaprabhu give Pradabhitra Varma? Give something.
He
So,
hugged Prataprutra.
yeah, later on, Mahaprabhu hugged Rudravarma and gave his mercy. Also, when Rath Yatra was happening, Mahaprabhu, there were 7 teams, like 4 in the front, 2 on the side, and 1 behind, with kartals and mridangas. There are 7 kirtan teams, and Pradabhudra could see, Varma could see that Mahaprabhu was dancing in all the 7 teams. Actually, he was in with 1 team, but in Rasalila, how Krishna expanded. Similarly, Mahaprabhu expanded, only Sarvam Bhattacharya Ram Bhattacharya and Pradabhitra Varma could see that. And that was, I think, Swarup Damodar. It was like so astonishing how Pradabhitra Varma could see that, because he got the mercy. When Mahaprabhu saw the being a king, he's sweeping. It's not just sweeping, he is actually doing devotion service. Whatever we do, whatever service we are doing to Krishna, cooking for Krishna, making the garlands, or dressing the Lord, or cleaning, anything, whatever we do, it's actually we are doing devotional service in that way. So we should become very humble to do all the menial service also. So in the 8th sloka, it says, Dharmaswanishtida pumsa vishwaksena katasve notpayati dadi ramai eva hi kevalam. The slokas to be memorized, no? What are the slokas to be memorized? 6?
No, Mataji, only 1.13.
Only 6 slokas?
6, 11 and
11,
13. Only
13.
3 slokas.
6, 11, and 13. But this is also a very important sloka. Shrama eva hi kevalam. In the sense, the occupational activities of a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction to the message of the personality of God. Like whatever work we do or whatever we do, if we don't become attracted to Krishna, then it is actually useless labor. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Like cleaning the cage. You can see we clean the cage but not feed the bird. So people who take care of the need of the body and mind are not satisfied in the occupational duty because they don't satisfy the soul. It's just waste of time. Soul is satisfied only when it is engaged in devotional service of hearing and chanting. An important thing is to make advancement in devotional service, we have to increase the appetite for hearing. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Prahlad Maharaj says, no? Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam Idi Pumsarpida Vishnu Bhaktis Jannava Lakshanam Kriyade Bhagavati Ada Tanmanye Adidam Uttamam. So these are the 9 symptoms. And when we do that, what happens? Keep hearing from the right source, then bhakti will arise. So tekta sadharmam charanambujam hare bhajanna bakko atapato tadu yadi yatra kabadram abuda mushikim ko varta apto abhajatam swadharmata. So tekta swadharma, if somebody have given up his occupational duty and bhajan, we have done harir bhajan, we have done bhajan to Krishna, and apakko atapatet, you are immature, means you are not matured in devotional service and you fell down. No problem, no loss. Because the other person who have done apachata swadharmada, who have not done any devotional service, but he has become so rich and he have done so much in his occupational duty, what did he gain? So Narad Muni says this, one who have forsaken his material occupation to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature state. Yet there is no danger of being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duty, does not gain anything. He does not get anything. So they are not better than a cow or an ass. So you can see now. So Bhagavatam compares humans to an ass. Why? Why an ass? Why it's compared to an ass? You can see in the picture itself, no?
He's working only for the sense gratification.
Yeah, and for some grass which is available all over the place, and he take lot of load for the for the washerman, and just for some sense gratification. So sometimes too much of hectic schedule, no, like 8 hours work is perfect. 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours of work, and 1 hour going that side and coming. Where is the time to do bhajan? So hectic, too much of overworking. And Bhagavatam also compares humans to a pig. Hog. Why? What does hog do?
Hare Krishna Mataji, he engaged in abnormal activities like eating stool
Yeah.
and and he thinks that he is enjoying, but he is actually suffering. So similarly,
Yes.
we also drag in a sense gratification. We think that we are enjoying, but actually we are suffering.
Yes. So that is one. And what about a camel? Also, it's compared to a camel.
It drinks its
Camel
own
is
blood
chewing
and
its own. Prabhuji, answer, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, what?
The camel is chewing its own blood and thinking that it is very tasty.
Yes. So it drinks its own blood. So it is also again doing sense gratification, thinking that. Okay, so it's drinking its own blood, doing sense gratification. So camel, then ass, hog, then what else? The dog. Why a dog?
Mataji, is it illicit sex?
Yeah, just not only sense gratification. What else?
full of ignorance, Mataji.
Okay.
Tamo.
Yeah, actually a dog, it goes from one house to another house for in sake of food. So it get the house owner just shoo it away and then it goes to another house like that. No, that's how a dog does. So after a qualification for a job, they go with the certificates from one office to another office like that. It's compared to a dog. So Bhagavatam compares to all these. And then Janesha Pitneshu Sa Eva Kokara means Yasyatma Buddhe Kunapedra Tatuke Swate Kalatrati Shabauma Ijjati Yatirtha Buddhi Salilena Karhichit Janesha Pitneshu Sa Eva Kokara. So they compare to a go kara in the sense a cow and an ass because somebody who identify himself as a body of Tridhatuka. Tridhaka means body made up of bile, mucus and air. And he thinks that wife, family are permanent. I think the land of worship, birth is worshipable. So for all these people, what happens? They are like a cow or an ass, it is said. Okay. So main thing is they're forgetting bhakti, which is the only purpose of human form of life. And where does the Lord reside? Naham tishtani vaikunta yogi namride shubha yatra gayanti pattakta tatra nishtami narada. So where does he reside? He doesn't reside in Vaikunta. He is not in the heart of the yogis. But he is in the place where pure devotees chant his holy name from form, pastime, and qualities, which is seen in Bhagavatam. So wherever there is Bhagavad Katha going on, Krishna is there, and that's devotional service. So Prabhupada says that is the purpose of ISKCON or of Krishna consciousness, that Krishna consciousness is giving a chance for people to hear about Krishna. That's all. Either hearing Hare Krishna mantra or hearing Bhagavad Gita or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. When you come to our temple, 24 hours Prabhupada's Kirtan is going on. Unless the lords are put into rest in the afternoon time or after Shayanarti, it's nothing is there. But otherwise, Prabhupada's, because any soul who's entering into the temple should hear the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, should hear from a great Acharya. So, or else some class will be going on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam class. So we hear about Krishna and we try to hear about Krishna in a meek and humble attitude that gradually everything will become revealed, Prabhupada says. So that is the real goal of our occupational duty. It is not, it's meant for liberation, not for material gain. And whichever ashrama we are, especially even Grihastha ashrama also, keeping Krishna in the center, Dharma needs to be performed for Apavarga, not for material wealth. And we should not use Artha Kama for sense gratification. It should be used for Krishna. So for Bhakta, mainly hearing and chanting about the Lord is done. And you get Prema Bhakti, love of Godhead. Okay. So what is that type of mukti which you get prema bhakti? In which bhakti mukti you get prema bhakti? How many types of muktis are there?
6.
What are they?
Salukya, Sarupya.
Samipya, Sashti.
Yeah.
Sayuja, okay.
Yeah.
And what that is five, that is five actually. And then there is something called some mukti in Prema Bhakti, which is that, which Akasura also got. What is that mukti called? It's called Vimukti. It's a special type of liberation, Vimukti, where the devotee gets liberated in Prema Bhakti. How can Agasur get that? Agasur is a snake demon. I think I discussed this now last class.
No, you said about he's Putana's brother, but
Yeah.
not about the Mukti.
I didn't say about Vimukti.
No,
Okay,
Mataji.
he's Putana's brother and also Pakasura's brother. And he came as a big snake in Vrindavan. And how did he get, okay, as a demon, he is supposed to get Sayuja Mukti, you know?
Yes.
But he got Sarupya and also Vimukti. Does anyone know why?
I think he was thinking to kill Krishna, and at that,
Yes.
after killing him, offering him sesame seeds and water, and
Yes.
Krishna took it as a
Service.
and gave him the.
Yeah, that is one reason said in Bhagavatam that Akasura, just before killing Krishna, thought about serving Krishna. That he thought, oh, once I kill Krishna, I will offer sesame seed and water. That's what this to the ancestors, no? They do during Pinda Darpanam and all, they do that. So he was thinking, Akasura, thinking that Krishna is just an ordinary boy. He thought, I'll offer sesame seed and water to Krishna. So a demon is thinking of even doing Manasa Puja. In Kali Yuga, any offense done in mind, it's forgiven. The mind, if you think anything bad also, it's forgiven. But in the mind, if you do something good, some devotional service, like of planning of building a temple, just you imagine, you get the result, it is said. So he thought of offering sesame seed and water to Krishna. Krishna captured it. And just because he thought of Krishna and doing a service to Krishna, he got Sarupya Mukti. That is one reason. Second reason was when Akasura's soul left the body, and the soul was waiting outside. And Krishna was,
inside.
yeah,
Snake.
Krishna was inside Akasura's body. That means the Brahmachoti was also inside Akasura's body. Like the soul of the demon should merge into the Brahmachoti to get Sayuja Mukti. Now, no, there was no point at merging because Krishna himself and the Brahmachoti is nothing but the effulgence coming from Krishna's body, which was inside Akasura's body. So since Krishna was inside Akasura's body and the Brahma effulgence was also inside, the soul of Akasura waited for some time outside. And when Krishna killed, took all the boys and came out and gave them life, and then the Akasura's soul got Sarvi Vimukti. Also Vimukti. He got a special type of moksha, which is in Prema Bhakti. So main goal of devotees is to get love of Godhead, Prema Bhakti. So mainly to get that, we have to have proper hearing, importance having proper hearing and also proper aspirations in life. Okay, so that is what 10th sloka says. Kamasyanendriya preetir labho preetayavata jivasya tatta jnasa nato yasheha karmapi. So life's desire should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. Since a human being is meant for inquiry about absolute truth, nothing else should be goal of one's work. So what should be our goal? Dharmasya tattva jitnyasa. Which is the first Vedanta Sutra? First Vedanta Sutra is Adato Brahma Jitnyasa. So Adato Brahma Jitnyasa means what? Inquire about the absolute truth. Jivasya Tattva Jitnyasa. That can be done only by human beings, no? Animals cannot do that. Can they inquire about life or life after death or about the soul? No, only human beings can do. So here it is said, we should inquire about the goal of life. Never direct one's desire for sense gratification. Prabhupada says we have desires, but we should purify it. We should redirect it to Krishna. One can desire for self reservation. Jivasya tattva jijnasa. We have to inquire about the absolute truth. This is the instruction by Maharaj Rishabhadev to his son. Parabhavastavad javad yavan jijnasata atmatattvam yavan kriyastavad mano ve karma atmagamyena sharira bandha. So jijnasada atma tattvam. We should have jijnasa, inquiry about the absolute truth. As long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and is subject to the miseries arising from ignorance. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant action. If a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his mind is called karma. Yena sharira bandha. We get again and again, we get human material body. But as long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear, and as long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, he has to accept the material body. So again and again. But in devotion service, it's not happening. And we have to do tattva, jivasya tattva jitnyasam. Tattva means in truth. Okay, janma karma jame divyam evam yobiti tattvadaha. Tattva means truth. So we have to know learn translate, know this tattva. There are three features, as you know. Vadanti tat tattvavidastattam yajnanam advayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanedi shabdate. So there are three forms of realizing the Supreme Lord. 11th sloka is to memorize, no? 11? Yeah. Vadanti tat tattvavidastattam yajnanam advayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanedi shabdate. So this sloka is very important. The three, when you, where is it asked? I think for Brahmanic initiation, when you're applying for second initiation, this sloka, they make you chant from Bhagavatam. Everyone should know this sloka. Why? Because it's about understanding Krishna's three features. Vadanti tattvavidas tattam yajnanamatuyam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanedi shabdate. So they will ask you to explain more about Bhagavan realization. Like Brahman. Brahman is what? Brahman is the
God's effulgence.
Effulgence. And
Brahman
Paramatma
Jyoti.
is the localized feature and Bhagavan is the person. And what comparison is given in Bhagavad Gita about this? Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan?
The sun,
Yeah.
sun
The
disk,
sunlight,
and the light.
sun god. And also like there is the milk. Okay. Milk, you can hear about the milk. Oh, it's white in color. You can smell it. There is a texture. You can see it. There is a white color. That is just like Brahman. You can just not smell. Yeah, you can just see it. But then after that you can feel the milk or you can touch it. That is like Paramatma realization. And when you actually drink the milk, that is what Bhagavan realization is about. So Bhagavan realization is the highest because we can have the exchange of all rasa with Krishna. And 1.2.7 we learned by performing bhakti, one can get jnana and vairagya. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojidha Janati Asuvairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahetukam. So two byproducts of bhakti is jnana and vairagya. We get that. And through jnana and vairagya, one realizes the absolute truth, Krishna, one without the second. And one will understand the Lord. And Shruta Grihitaya, by the knowledge acquired by Shrutis or by knowledge acquired by hearing from the spiritual master, one can realize the Lord. So that's the purpose of Varnashrama. So this sloka you should all know. Vadanti tat tattavidastattam yajnanam ateyam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanedi shakti. So learn and translate this who knows absolute truth, called the non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Okay. So Brahman realization is Sat, Paramatma is Sat and Chit, Bhagavan is Satchidananda. All three. So Bhagavan realization is the highest. And we are there. So once you know Bhagavan, you already know Paramatma and Brahman.
Yes.
So any doubts regarding Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan? Brahman is also from Krishna. Krishna says, Brahmano hi pradishta aham. Brahmano hi pradishta aham. So it's Krishna. Brahman is coming from Krishna. It's the effulgence of Krishna's body. Right? That is Brahman, Brahmajyoti. So non-devotees or the demons, they merge into this Brahmajyoti. And what will happen? What is the result of merging into the Brahmajyoti?
Hare Krishna Mataji, like they think that like they will merge with the Brahma Jyoti, but in Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada says in one of his small book that like they actually don't merge with the Brahma Jyoti, but they stay there as a spiritual spark, but there is no service. So they get out of a Buddhism, they again fall down to the material world.
Yeah, so that is Brahmananda. They just have Brahmananda, no Sevananda. So Vimukta Manina, they think they are liberated, and Aruhi Krichena Param Padam Tak Padantiyada. They'll definitely fall down. They can't stay in that Brahmajyoti for long. So that's what happens to a demon. But some demons are very, very, very fortunate that they get Sarupya Mukti, not just Sayujya, which is merging into the Brahman effulgence. And we should not some of them, they worship Brahman effulgence. They tell the Lord doesn't have a form, the Mayavadis. They just worship the Brahman. Then what happens? They fall down. They can't, because that's not the ultimate. There's no Sevananda. Only for a Bhagavan feature. Now that's why you're so happy to go to festivals in temples and associate with devotees. Why? There's so much service to do. So much service, and while doing service, you get more and more enthusiastic to serve, and also you enthusiastic to do bhakti. Otherwise, just meditating in a Brahman effulgence, you might fall asleep, your mind will go here and there. But here in Bhakti Yoga, it's all activity. So in purpose of Varnashrama Dharma is mentioned here, Ada Pumbetvi Jastreshta Varnashrama Vibhagashaha Swanishtidasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. For best among twice born, it is therefore concluded the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupation according to caste divisions and orders of life is to please the personality of Godhead. So Haritoshanam, Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Whatever Varna we follow, whatever ashrama we are there, so some girls, before marriage, they tell me, Mataji, we want to become brahmachari. Next life, at least, let me be born as a brahmachari, as a boy, so that I can just go and join ISKCON full time. And as being a girl, I've been stuck here and so many things now because of family and things like that. But actually, it doesn't matter where we are, which body we are, or which boat we are in. Yes, some facilities are given more for a male body, but then it doesn't really matter. Whichever for body we are, sthane sthita shrudikada tanuvan, wherever we are, we can go back to Godhead in that particular following that varna and ashrama. So purpose of varnashrama is actually to please the Supreme Personality Godhead. Yato tadurmula nishechanena triptyandi tatskanda bhujopashakaha pranopaharascha yatendriyanami tadaiva Sarvahanam Achyuteja. So Yado Tarur Mula, how you water the root of the tree. Similarly, you should put food to the stomach. So pouring water to the root of the tree energizes the trunk, branches, twigs, and everything else, and is applying food to the stomach and leaves the senses and limbs of the body. Simply by worshipping the Supreme Personality Godhead through devotional service, automatically satisfy the demigods who are part of that Supreme Personality Godhead. So Lord Krishna was satisfied seeing Maharaj Yudhishthira enthroned as the king. So Krishna was satisfied seeing Yudhishthira. So qualification to practice bhakti is to have faith in the Lord's message. Just have to have faith. That is Shraddha. So how? Tasmat ekena manasa bhagavan satutam priti shrotavya kirtityasya deha pujayascha nityada. So therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship the Supreme Personality Godhead, who is the protector of devotees. So one point attention, in the sense we should be completely immersed and we should just hear about Krishna. The more we hear about Krishna, what happens? The more we get attached to it. So there are 34 slokas in this chapter. Let's see, in one more session we can finish. So qualification to practice bhakti, yeah. By remembering the Supreme, we should have faith, and the not a fruitive activity sakat. And what happens if that is the glory of remembering the Lord, which the intelligent person would not take to hear about the glories of the Lord, which intelligent person will not do that, because the knots of material attachment will be destroyed. So what is the quality with Abhecharan had initially when he met his spiritual master?
What is hearing?
Yeah, he likes to hear. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, that's why he gave him first and second initiation together, because he says, oh, Abhecharan, I know he likes to hear. So he likes to hear. So what is the progress of one's in the path of devotional service? So as you all know, there are 9 stages, no? Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, Nityanivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. That is 9 stages of bhakti. Before that, there are 2 more stages. That's called Satam, Kripa, and Mahat Seva. Now, how do we develop Shraddha or faith in Krishna? By doing Seva to devotees, Mahat Seva, and Satam Kripa, costless mercy of devotees. Now, we should have mercy. and we should also have service. We should do service to the devotees. So when you do service to Krishna, what happens? To the devotees, then you get the mercy of devotees. Then Shraddha will come. So 16th to 22 slokas is about that. Shushrusha Shraddha Nasya Vasudeva Kada Ruchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevana. Shushrusha Shraddhadanasya Vasudeva Karta Ruchi. How do you develop Vasudeva Kata Ruchi or Ruchi to Krishna's pastime? Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra, by doing Mahat Seva, great service. Oh, twice once by serving those devotees who are completely free from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gain affinity for hearing the message of Vasudeva. So now what we can do serve Srila Prabhupada through his Vani. We're reading his book, distributing the book, hearing his message, instructions. And by doing Vani Seva, we are actually serving Prabhupada and we get the mercy, Satam Kripa. Once you get the mercy, then Shraddha comes. Vasudeva Kata Ruchi comes. Okay, some people say keep hearing, then Ruchi will develop. Yes, that is true. But then to hear also, we need that Kripa, that mercy. So service to devotees give affinity to hear Krishna Katha. Shraddha, Sadhasanga, Bhajana Kriya. But before that, there is something called Satam, Kripa and Mahat Seva. So by rendering service to great devotees, Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra, what happens? Shushrusha Taddanasya, hearing with care and attention. Punya Tirtha Nisheva, serving those who are free from all vice, eagerness to hear the message of Vasudeva will come. Like, for example, when Prabhupada initially he used to give class, then lecture, Kirtan, then he himself used to purchase things and cook and serve the devotees. And they are hippies. They don't even know. They just leave their plates there and go. And who is washing all that? Prabhupada, being the Acharya. There was no one to help. But later on, there was Achyutananda Prabhu or someone who started picking up these plates because he's like, Prabhupada, after everybody goes, nobody remains. So who's washing all this? You only, no? So let me serve. Let me help. And Prabhupada was so happy. Prabhupada said, yes, I was praying to Krishna that please send me some help. Because Prabhupada could not do everything. Temple doesn't run on one person, no? There's so many needed. It's a cooperation or it's just a teamwork. So Prabhupada was so happy. And when he started helping, many others also came to help Prabhupada. And by serving Prabhupada, what happened? They got the taste of Krishna consciousness, or they got Vasudeva Kata Ruchi, the Ruchi to hear about Krishna. So then Bhajana Kriya and Artha Nivrti happens. Shrinvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayandasta Bhadrani Vidirodi Suhril Satam. So Shrinvata Swakata Krishna, it's a very important sloka. What happens when you hear about Krishna? Shrinvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Hearing about Krishna is Punya Shravana. It's very pure. Hridayandasta Abhadrani, all the impurities in the heart or material desires gets washed away. Sri Krishna, the personality Godhead, who's Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses the desire for material enjoyment from the heart of a devotee who has developed the urge to hear his message, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So he cleansed the desires. Okay, so Krishna, when you keep hearing about Krishna Katha, what happens? He cleansed the desire for material enjoyment. What happened to Dhruv Maharaj? Dhruv Maharaj initially was what? Which category? He was in which category?
Materialistic categories.
No, he was
Artharthi.
Very good. He was Artharthi. Yes, he wanted some benefit from the Lord. And when the Lord appeared and touched him with his conch shell, then what happened to Dhruv Maharaj?
Then he did not want anything. He could not ask anything to the Lord.
Yeah, he didn't want anything. He said, I was searching for a broken glass, a piece of glass, but I got diamond. In the sense, he's like, Swamin Kritosmi Varamna Yache. I'm happy, I'm satisfied by seeing you. I don't want anything. So he became purified. Okay, just by hearing Krishna, just by seeing Krishna or hearing and chanting, what happens? All our material desires is washed away. So Krishna, the benefactor of devotees, cleanses the heart of material desires. When Narasimha Deva asked Prahlad Maharaj also, Prahlad Maharaj said, I'm not here for a business, I'm not a mendicant, like ask something and give something. No, I'm just here to do pure devotion. So all the anarthas will get washed away. That's what the 17th sloka says. Hridayandasta Abhadrani, all the abhadras gets washed away. Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. That is the 18th sloka, which says, by regular attendance in the class of Bhagavatam and by rendering service to pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is completely destroyed, and loving service to the Supreme Personality Godhead, whose praise with transcendental songs is established as an irrevocable fact. So loving service will come, okay, by hearing Bhagavatam daily. And there are two Bhagavatas. Who are they? Two Bhagavatas.
Person Bhagavata
Mataji, Canto.
book Bhagavata.
And book
Grantha
Bhagavata.
Bhagavata and Bhakta
Yeah, Grantha
Bhagavata.
Bhagavata and Bhakta Bhagavata. So why is they called why are they called Bhakta Bhagavata? Grantha Bhagavata we know. Why are they called Bhagavata, Bhaktas, pure devotees?
Because they live the instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah, they live through Bhagavatam, or they it's just not achar, it's just achar and prachar and achar both comes. So here, by regular hearing the Bhagavatam and serving the Bhagavat devotee, destroys all inauspicious nashta praisha abhadresha nityam Bhagavata seva. It should be nityam, not just Bhagavat saptah for 7 days. No, it's regular Bhagavat seva will destroy all the anarthas, and once bhakti becomes steady. Okay, so that is anartha nivritti happening. And anartha nivritti, and then loving service. Then what happens? Bhagavatir uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. So loving service to the uttama sloka will come. Why is Krishna called uttama sloka?
Because what he has recited is the best of all the his
So
words are the most uttama.
Krishna is described through using best of the verses. So it's called uttama sloka. Krishna is. And what happens? Bhakti become established. And then the ruchi comes. So these are the different stages of bhakti. Tadarajastamo bhava kamalopayasche shetereter anavritim stitam sattve prasidati. As soon as an irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effect of nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, and hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes completely happy. So this is what is required, the ruchi or the taste. The heart is no longer pierced by sense object due to the lack of taste for material objects. Spiritual taste arises. What is it? Param drishtva nivata. The higher taste will come. So the effect of lower modes of passion, ignorance, lust, desire, hankering will disappear. And tato, rajas, tamo, bhava, everything will go and will be in sattva. And ruchi comes. And then evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogadaha bhagavad tattva vijnana mukta sanghasya jayate. So once you are established in unalloyed goodness, a man whose mind have been enlivened by contact with devotional service of the Lord gain positive scientific knowledge of the personality God at the stage of liberation from all material association. That is asakti. You become firmly attached to Krishna. And the mind is unaffected due to once being established in oneness, and one become completely happy. So that is what is happening when we hear about Krishna. So first stage is to do Mahat Seva and Satam Kripa. First you have to serve the devotees and get Kripa, mercy. Once you get the mercy, then Shraddha becomes the faith to hear about Krishna. Then Ruchi, then Shraddha. Shraddha, then Bhajana. Shraddha. So Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha. So once you get faith, you'll start associating with devotee Sadhu Sangha. Then Bhajana Kriya, you'll start chanting the holy name, taking shelter of a guru, and all that will start Bhajana Kriya. And Anartha Nivritti will start. Because Shrinvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayandasta Abhadrani Vidhanodi Suhilsatam. All the material desires gets washed away. All the anarthas goes away from the heart as you keep chanting. So Prabhupada says the heart which doesn't become softened or while chanting, it's like a heart made up of steel or a stone heart, because anybody who chants will change. How just by hearing the chanting, no, the prostitute became purified by Haridas Thakur. Brigari or the Ratnagar becoming Valmiki. It's all just by Mara also he could get the benefit of chanting Lord Ram's name. So it's very, very important to hear. When we chant, we should hear our japa. When we hear, then it has more effect. So this describes the whole process. And also next is Radhi or Bhava and Prema. So how is Bhava coming? The mind enlives in Bhakti and one realizes the Bhagavad Tattva, the mind becomes enlived. Evan Prasanna Manaso, Bhagavad Bhakti Yoga. By engage in devotional service, you become happy. That is Radhi Bhava. Next is Prema. So when you you get prema, or that is called devotional service, where become sthitam. Vidyade hridaya grandhe chinyante sarva samshaya kshiyante chasya karmani drishta evatmanishvare. Thus the knot in the heart is pierced and all misgivings are cut in pieces. The chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees the self as master. So what happens? Prema comes. That is devotional service is established in prema. And you become sthita, become fixed or firmly attached. Yes, so this is very, very important. One gained realized scientific knowledge of the Supreme Person in the stage of liberation, free from all material association. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana Mukta Sampasya Jayade. You become Mukta or liberated. So it's very, very important how we take it. Yes, anyone can read? Hare Krishna, can read this. Prabhupada says.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada Uvacha, words from our founder Acharya. By serving the servant of God, one can please God more than by directly serving the Lord. The Lord is more pleased when he sees that his servants are properly respected, because such servants risk everything for the service of the Lord and so are very dear to the Lord. The Lord declares in the Bhagavad Gita 1869 that no one is dearer to him than one who risks everything to preach his glory. By serving the servants of the Lord, one gradually gets the quality of such servants, and thus one becomes qualified to hear the glories of God. The eagerness to hear about God is the first qualification of a devotee eligible for entering the kingdom of God. Srimad Bhagavatam 1:16 purport.
Yeah, eagerness to hear about God. It's very important, no? Eagerness to hear. So we should be more eager to hear about Krishna. Very, very important. So we should hear Prabhupada's lectures every day. Every day try to hear Prabhupada's lectures as shorts, maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute is enough. Prabhupada will give you some instructions. That voice, that vibration is very powerful. Initially, because Prabhupada have a strong Bengali accent, very difficult sometimes, but you have clips where Prabhupada's words are written and there are typed subtitles, or you can just keep hearing, and then you become used to that voice. So keep hearing Prabhupada's lectures. Now, as her Grace Surabhi Mataji, Prabhupada disciple, was in our temple last week. So she was saying, you people are so fortunate. When they were there, they didn't have Prabhupada's much association. She saw Prabhupada during her initiation in London. And then after that, Prabhupada was traveling from here and there. And they didn't have any recorded lectures or anything. They had some books, that's it. But then because it was getting processed, and now we have everything available, Prabhupada's Vani, Prabhupada's video and books and lectures. Might be reading a book might be difficult for you. You might be sleepy. You may not have that ruchi to read, but hearing can be done by anyone at any time. Now, when you travel to work, you download. Whenever I get Wi-Fi, I keep downloading Prabhupada's lectures. Just download and keep. So that whenever you have, where you have network issues, you can keep hearing Prabhupada's lectures. There is something called audio books. It's like reading the book, just hearing through the books. So just keep hearing because he's an Acharya by hearing Prabhupada. So what happens? The first qualification is the eagerness to hear about God. That is required. That is an eligibility to enter into the kingdom of God. And serving Krishna's devotees. Matbhaktya puja pi adhikam kintu prabhuya priyayeva tasya, because they are very, very dear to Krishna. Nata tasmat manishyeshu kashit me priya kuttamaha. Krishna says, no, there's nobody so dear. Just imagine a person who have translated or who have given Bhagavad Gita as it is to the whole world in more than 57 languages. Won't he be very dear to Krishna? So definitely Prabhupada is very, very dear to Krishna. And we have to serve Prabhupada. His vapu is not there, body is not there. We can serve his instructions by serving his instruction, reading his book. See, I'm just going through the translations. I can't sit and read the purports. I love to read Prabhupada's purports. Even if I skip anything else, I will not skip purports. I like to read it. But now, because of the shortage of time, we can't read in the class. So I request all of you to sit and read Prabhupada's purport. So much is there to understand in the purports. Very, very important Bhaktivedanta purports. So you have to read the purports. Okay, it's very, very important. So one does not run the risk of having a misconception. Okay. Even at the last moment of a life. So we should, that is the effect of serving book Bhagavata throughout the life. You can see Prabhupada now translating Bhagavatam. Just imagine his consciousness. Okay, he is a associate of the Lord, or he is empowered by Krishna, but that still Prabhupada is showing us an example how our consciousness should be. So, Notama sloga vartanam chushatam tatkatamritam syat sambramo amtakalepi smaratam tatpatam pujam. This was so because those who have dedicated their life to the transcendental topics of the personality Godhead, of whom the Vedic hymns sing, and who are constantly engaged in remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, do not run the risk of having misconception even at the last moment of their life. So Prabhupada dictating Bhagavatam purports towards the end. So we have to take guidance from the book Bhagavatam as well as person Bhagavatam. So then when we do need guidance of a person Bhagavatam throughout our one's life, like how Vyasdev, being Krishna Dvaipayana Vyas, he himself took instruction from Narad Muni. Parishamara seeking guidance from Shukadev Goswami during his last moment in life. So it's very important to have a spiritual master. So when we get steadiness in one's devotional service, when do we get that? Steadiness in devotional service?
When we listen
Yeah, when we keep
and hear
hearing.
the Krishna Kathas.
And Nishta, that stage is called Nishta. So Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anathare Vritti, Nishta. Then Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. So Nishta is very important. And before Shraddha, what are the two stages? Before Shraddha?
That is Satan Seva, Satan Kripa.
Satam Kripa and Mahat Seva. Okay. Satam Kripa and Mahat Seva. So Mahat Seva, Shushusha Shraddhata Nasya Vasudeva Kadaruchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Shloka Nishevana. Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra. Mahat Seva means serving great devotees. When we do that, what happens? Vasudeva Katha Ruchi will come to you. You will start getting Ruchi for Vasudeva Katha. And Shrinvata Sukata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hritendasta Abhadrani Vitarodi Sudasa. Just by hearing Krishna, it's not like you have to memorize only those slokas which is given for memorization. Now, if you really likes to memorize, if you really passionate about slokas, then you can learn these slokas, Shrinvata Sukata Krishna. It's so important for preaching. If you really plan to become a preacher and you like to quote these verses, very, very important, because just it is said that Punya Shravana Kirta, hearing about Krishna is so important. I remember we used to not memorize only the slokas, whichever slokas, keep hearing lectures. When you keep hearing Prabhupada's lectures, some slokas keep coming. Prabhupada, that's how I think even I learned many slokas like that, because Prabhupada will say first line of the sloka, maybe last line, on the middle line. No, different lectures you hear, that sloka just strikes you. And then when you learn, it's easy. Prabhupada would have said this sloka so many times, Shrinvata Sukata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Sometimes Prabhupada quote the whole sloka. And then you can, by hearing, you get used to that sloka. So this sloka says that within the Stabhadrani, all material desires wash away just by hearing about Krishna. So, and that's the qualification required to go back to Godhead. Okay, what do you think what is happening in the spiritual world? In the spiritual world, people are hearing about Krishna, serving Krishna, chanting the holy name, doing kirtan. It's full-time service, no? Unless we become perfect here, we can't go and do service there. So real service starts after liberation. So once we get Ruchi from here, then only we can go there and do service. So Shrinvata Sakara Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridendasta Abhadrani Vidunodi Suhrasadam Hridendasta Abhadrani. Okay, all the abhadras will get washed away. So this is very important when to get steadiness in Krishna consciousness. Okay, any doubts? Anything to add? So I'll stop with 20th sloka. So 21 to 34, we'll do it next week. Okay, so next class, I'll do this 21 to 34. That is on December 1st is Ekadashi, no? No, next week is that fast track batch starting. So we'll all have club that batch. You just join that batch for that on 1st. And 8th, I will finish this chapter. 15th, be ready for the exam. Okay, next chapter. That's why I told whoever have backlogs, don't keep pending. Just join on Sunday and I'll post the question paper and take up sloka exams for you, because you keep pending. What happens? You will never listen to the second chapter. You will be always thinking about first chapter and you'll get stuck. So you finish your exams then and there. Is Rajalakshmi Mataji?
Krishna Mataji, Shloka 1.2.11. Popat says qualitatively Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan are same. And Bhagwan is the highest now. So what we say?
It's in the purport.
Yeah. That's therefore Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan are qualitatively one and the same. The same substance is realized as impersonal Brahman by the students of the Upanishads, as localized Paramatma by the Hiranyagarbhas or the yogis, and the
No,
Bhagwan.
qualitatively, there is no difference in the sense because it's Krishna. Prabhupada says it's transcendent. Like, for example, when Krishna came as Shukar or as a pig form, it's not material. It is Sachidananda only, even the pig becomes transcendental. So similarly, Brahman is also transcendental. It's transcendental. It's not material. Brahman is not material. Do you think Brahman is material? No.
No.
It's the Krishna's effulgence. It's not the highest. In quality, we are also same, no, Mataji? Soul is qualitatively same with the super soul. Similarly, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan is qualitatively same. Quantitatively is different. It is Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. But soul and the super soul. But Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan in quality, all are Sachidananda. Sachidananda in the sense, transcendental. One is Sat, one is Satanchit, one is Sachidananda. The Vigraha, it's not Vigraha. Form is not there in Brahman, but it is transcendental. It is above the three modes. Brahman is also above the three modes. In that way, Prabhupada says there is no qualitative difference because Krishna is absolute truth. So anything related to Krishna is also absolutely truth. When Varahadev went into Garbhodaya ocean, took Mother Earth in his tusk and came out and kept her in the position. And then since there was water in his body, he shaked and the whole water came out. All the Devatas, they came to drink that Charanamrita coming from a pig's body. It's a pig, which most abominable animal. But since Krishna, Keshava Trida Shukara Rupa, Krishna took that form, it became a transcendental pig, like that. So similarly, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, these are all transcendental feature of the Lord. They are transcendental. They are not material forms. In that way, qualitatively, they are transcendental, above the three modes. That is what Prabhupada meant here. Okay. But then Prabhupada says, again, the next statement Prabhupada says, the same thing is realized as, like, these are all features of Krishna. When you have 1,000 rupees, you already have 500. You already have 100. So when you know Bhagavan, you already know Brahman and Paramatma. But that's not the highest. Okay. Prabhupada says Paramatma is a partial representation of Krishna. Impersonal Brahman is the glowing effulgence from Krishna. And then he says that Bhagavan realization is the highest. Right? And he says there is no difference between energy and energetic. All are Krishna's energy. So just take it like they are all, there's no difference in Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. But the realization is different. One is, as we know, Brahman is just the Sat, next is Satchit and Satchidananda, or the highest realization is Bhagavan. But all are Krishna's energies, all are part and parcel of Krishna. That way, all are above the three modes. But realization, there is difference. Like sometimes they say, no, Vaikuntha and Goloka, there is no difference, both are spiritual world. But still there is some minute difference, no, in the rasa. So like in Vaikuntha, there is no Madhurya rasa, there is no Valsalya rasa. So, but that's there in Goloka. So like that, there is some minute difference. But yes, when you want to merge in Brahman, that is different. That is Sayuja Mukti, where there is fall down. But Bhagavan realization, we don't merge. We actually do service, no? Service to Krishna. So in that way, Mataji. And that sloka, yes, to be memorized. Very important sloka. Brahmedi, Paramatmedi, Bhagavanedi, Shaktati. Okay, so start memorizing the slokas now itself. And just note down the important slokas. Not only these three, but whichever sloka, like Shunmata, Sakata, Krishna, Shushusha, Shatadana, Seva, Sudeva, Kararuchi, Syan Mahat Sevaya, Viprapunya Shlovanish. There's so many slokas which you can which you can learn so as to preach during preaching. So just when you learn, even when you preach Bhagavad Gita, you can quote Bhagavatam. It helps. And also some stories also. So when you hear talk about hearing, who's the one who just by hearing got delivered?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj, who else?
Dhundukari. Mataji Dhundukari.
Dhundukari. Dhundukari, just by hearing from Gokarna, sincere and rapt attention, he heard and he got delivered. So just by hearing also, all the 9 processes should not be, may not be done by everyone like Ambarish Maharaj, but at least 1 or 2 process hearing if we do. And hearing, it's not just Harikatha. Hearing the holy name is also hearing. So I see devotees traveling in bus and everywhere and they chant, might be in a clicker or in a bag, japa bag. But when you travel, you can't hear. So what you should do, you should have earphones where Prabhupada's japa is going on. And you may not be able to hear your japa because it's so much sound outside and you can't chant so loudly in the public. But the japa is going on, it's nice. Keep hearing. He's a pure devotee. The pure devotee's vibration is so different than ours. No, we might be chanting in Nama Parat stage, but Prabhupada definitely is in Shuddha Nam. So when you hear Prabhupada's like japa, it's so much of difference. So when you chant, also keep his japa as a background, because your mind might go somewhere and your japa may not be the perfect, but Prabhupada's japa is perfect. And then keep hearing it. Used to it, his sound. And then keep hearing his lectures, read his books. Then what happens? That's you get regularly associated with Prabhupada. And that's the only way to get mercy. Because Satam Kripa, Mahat Seva, Satam Kripa. Then Shraddha starts. Shraddha, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, all that's the process till Prema Bhakti will come. Okay. So I think we can stop here. So next Monday.
Next Monday we'll attend the fast track class.
Yeah, just come for fast track batch because only that Monday I'm taking. After that, next Monday we'll continue from where we stopped here.
Okay. And one thing you told Mataji, so last time we got 15 questions and we answered 12 questions. So then the balance 3 which we did not answer, that numbers we have to write? Numbers,
yeah. At the end of your answer paper, you should just write the answers not attempted, like question number 2, 7, 10, whatever. So that it's easy for correction. Okay.
Okay.
We keep searching because not some devotees, they write 1, 2, 3, 4, but some are not like that. They write the 10th question first, then the 7th, whichever they know perfectly, they write, and then they select from the rest which one they don't know. That's fine. It's okay. I don't have any problem by writing like that. But thing is, you should write all the 12, but at least we should mention at the bottom, like which are the question number you didn't attempt. Okay, next time.
Also, Mataji, what was given in the question bank, na? Those questions are not coming for the exam actually.
No. Because then it will become Bhakti Shastri module. See, Bhakti Shastri, how was it? You get the question paper, a question bank, and you prepare. And I know devotees, I've seen, they just prepare only that question. They will not read the whole purport also. They just scan or they get help from other devotees and they get the answer. They learn only that. But the purpose of Bhakti Vaibav is to make you read through Prabhupada's purport. And the questions are not set by me. Amrishta Prabhu says, whoever is teaching should not set the question paper, should not correct the question answer paper. It should be like a university, someone else said. So there's a Prabhu who's a great scholar in our team. He said, read through the purports and the questions are tough. I know it's tough, but it helps us to read Prabhupada's purport. And just by the question bank and giving the answers, it's like spoon feeding, like school. You reached Bhakti Vaibav, which is higher level. So it will not come from the question bank. Might be here and there, it might come once in a while, but it's mainly from the purports. Is Rajalakshmi Mataji?
Mataji, our regular classes will be from Sunday, from next week, na?
No. Sunday again, there's another batch coming. So what I'll do, no. Not every Monday I'm taking fast track, only one Monday. So it's like a group of teachers who are teaching. So it's not, my turn is next Monday. So that's what I thought, you just come for a fast track. Okay, this class will be gone for, because otherwise I have to cancel this class and go for fast track. So what I thought is, you join fast track, or you can all read through the purports of 2nd chapter.
Join through link, madam.
No, otherwise always our classes will continue on Mondays only, no Mataji?
Monday.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Mataji, for the fasting, we have to link, join in the link which you have given for the fast track.
Mataji, you can share the link in the group. I've shared it already once. You have to upload the Bhakti Shastri certificate and fill the form for
Yes,
fast track.
Mataji, I will reshare it, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can you please give me 10 days time for the exam because I have to go through it. And from tomorrow onwards, I'm going for all Tirtha places like Udupi, some other places, Shringeri. It will take at least 5 days. So after at least I need 5 days to cover up all the things. So
You have to
can
write
you
with chapter 2, Mataji. You might have to write with chapter 2 then. Okay, because Sunday I'm giving time for others. You write with chapter 2. We'll see later. So, okay. So I think we can stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyo patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo.
Vaishnavibhyo namo namah.